What is up, everybody? Welcome to the video. This is the class photo of 2019, to be precise, September 21st, 2019. You are looking at, on this table here, every single MCU Marvel Legends figure ever released, plus a few extras. A few Easter eggs in there, if you're looking. It's pretty awesome. It feels pretty awesome to be able to put all these out on the table for you guys to check them out. I'm pretty proud of this collection. I started in April of 2018. This is September of 2019. The last two pieces, if you're curious, that came in the mail that made this video possible are in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, the quantum suits. That was the last two pieces that I was missing. Prior to that, the other pieces that came in at the very end, this Thor is from the Amazon 4-pack from a long time ago that came with Hawkeye and Banner. And I didn't have that Thor. I had the Black Widow. It's not that one. It's this one from the 4-pack. And so the Thor, oh, and this one as well, Captain America here. That's World War II Captain America from the Mandroid Wave. So there you go, guys. We're gonna take a closer look and see what we've got here. I would also be very, very remiss if I didn't give a special shout out to the homie Kalon. If not for his generosity and letting me borrow his SDCC Red Skull, this video would not be complete. I had to borrow this because I do not intend on spending money on it and purchasing it because I already have these two and this one's just got a different jacket. So many, many thanks, Kalon, for letting me borrow your Red Skull. He is safe. He's in good hands. He'll come back to you very, very shortly. I just did a quick count. It's a little disorganized to get a real number, but I passed 150 figures that you're looking at here on the table. Probably, oh, and I only counted the loose ones, the inbox ones. Some of them are going back, like the quantum suit caps going back, and maybe the Peggy and Steve Rogers 2-pack is going back as well. But I definitely passed 150 loose Marvel Legends figures before your eyes. In addition to the one figure that I'm borrowing, for full disclosure, there are a couple of figures that are missing, but I feel they are justified in their not being here. Specifically, those figures are Build-A-Figure Ultron. This is the Marvel Studios' first 10 years Ultron. Exactly the same sculpt, very minor paint differences to the Build-A-Figure one. I say very minor, but actually this one looks a lot better. And the only other figure that is missing is the Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster. This is the one, again, from the first 10 years. 2-pack with Angry Hulk, this guy here. Those are the only figures missing. So Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster and Build-A-Figure Ultron, because technically they're here in sculpt. even though not in paint. Everything else, though, is here. Just wanted to sit here in front of you guys and say thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you for all the support on this journey of acquiring 100% of the MCU Marvel Legends figures. It's pretty awesome to say that it's done, but it's kind of like Bubble Bobble. It's a false ending. You know why? Because Endgame Wave 3 is hitting already. Yes, I have it on pre-order. Yes, it's gonna come in the mail. So technically this isn't done yet. Technically it's not done. If I had been able to shoot this video probably about a week ago, before I knew that I was gonna be able to get Endgame Wave 3, it would have been done. I could have called it done. We would have been all set. Everything would have been right with the world. But because I didn't get the quantum suits when I wanted them to, when I wanted to get them, here we are. Here we are. Endgame Wave 3 is on its way to me as soon as it ships from my guy. I know a guy that knows a guy. A little story time. So the quantum suit figures, I knew I needed them. I knew I didn't want to pay retail for them. I had already acquired the Ronin Hawkeye head sculpt. You can see Black Widow's right there. Oh, it's in reverse. Here. There's the Black Widow head sculpt from the quantum suits. Ronin's right over here. Hawkeye's right over there. I had already purchased those. I didn't purchase the whole set because people were splitting them up. People wanted to build the whole team in quantum suits, so they were selling off the heads, and so I had those. So I ordered the quantum suit 2-pack loose without those head sculpts from eBay, and purchased them, paid right away, I always do, and then waited. 2.5 days went by, and I messaged the seller, was like, hey, where's my quantum suit figures? Just curious when you're going to ship, because the eBay tells you if they've shipped or not. They hadn't shipped, and the guy replied that he was in Virginia, where they had hurricanes and flooding, and the figures were in a box that got wet from the flooding. So I was like, okay, you know, whatever, it's fine. Let me know. He wanted to let the figures dry first to see if they were going to be okay, if he was going to be comfortable shipping them out to me or not. Well, another couple days go by. We're going back and forth. I'm like, hey, just checking in. How's it going? He's like, hey, they're still drying. I'm not sure yet. After a few more days, he's like, you know what? Just send me a cancellation. I'm not going to sell them. They're not good. They're no good. Got my refund, but now an extra week has gone by, which is part of my urgency of, you know, of getting this video out there for you guys to show off every single MCU Marvel Legend. It was delayed because of that. So I ended up purchasing these quantum suits, the male and female quantum suits without the Black Widow, without the Hawkeye head sculpt, from a local guy in a Facebook group. Ended up actually being cheaper to go local, which it usually does for loose stuff. But there you go, a little story time why this video is like a week late. So and now I'm a week too early because of Endgame Wave 3 coming out. So anyway, all that being said, thank you so much for checking out the video. What am I going to do with these figures? If you're wondering, if you're asking, I am going to take a look at my shelves that are now empty right now. I'm going to set up my Iron Man shelf. I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to set up my Avengers shelf, the Avengers shelf, put that one back together. I liked that shelf. And then I've got 4 shelves that are completely bare. One of them 100% is going to be an Endgame shelf, so every single figure from Endgame is going to go on that shelf. Of course, Endgame Wave 3 has some figures that I'm going to need for that shelf. And then I'm probably going to do an Infinity War shelf, and that's it. Maybe some extra Spider-Mans kicking around. Like, that Vulture is so sweet. Such a good figure. Vulture might still kick around, Mysterio. Maybe like a half of a Spider-Man shelf. But that is actually going to be it. I'm going to be moving on from collecting the MCU Marvel Legends. I feel like I've run the course. You know, you get into something, you start collecting it, and then you feel like it's kind of run its course. You're satisfied. You've had your fill, and now it's time to move on to something else. So this has been an absolute blast. I have loved this. This has been such a great thing to do. What am I going to move on to, if you're wondering? I'm really anxious to get into doing some customizing. There's some figures that don't exist that I want to exist that I'm going to try to make. And dioramas. I want to get into doing some dioramas. I have huge plans. I won't tell you because then I don't want to put pressure on myself, but you know, I have the desire to do some dioramas. And we'll see where we go from there. We will see where we go from there. But that's it, guys. I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm grateful for you guys for hanging out with me. The whole reason why I do this, the whole reason why I put the videos up on YouTube is just to hang out with you guys. That's it, basically. I'm pretty isolated where I am geographically in the world. I've built a network through these videos, through Facebook groups, and but there's no one like, no buddies like next door that can say, hey, come on over, let's pose action figures and take photos and stuff like that. So we do that through this medium, through YouTube, through Instagram, through Facebook. So thank you so much for interacting, for commenting, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And it's part of the motivation to do things like this. Crazy things like this. Because this is insane. Totally awesome, but insane. Alright guys, that's it. Be excellent to each other. That's going to have a lot more meaning next year in 2020. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.